all in?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
You hear
ma'am.
me? Yeah.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right.
Ma'am.
All right. So let's go back. Now, coming to Kritika.
Yes.
The basic thought process we can give you is that what he has written in his book is that Kritika is considered to be the flame or the desire. Okay, Kritika is considered to be the flame or the desire. How I work with it? How I work with it? Have I admitted everybody?
Yes,
to
ma'am.
Okay, admit. Uh, okay, everybody in. Okay, anybody waiting? Admit. Okay, all right. Okay, now how I work with this part? How do I work with the nakshatras? What I do? If I find a moon, Rashi, that is your natal moon. What is a natal moon? The natal moon is the position of the moon at the time of your birth. The position of the moon at the time of the birth is called the natal moon or is called the Rashi. Okay? Rashi Lagna. They have two names, natal moon, Rashi Lagna. Moon in this nakshatra is a Rashi Lagna. Okay? So, what is my way of taking? If moon is placed in Kritika, the native has Kritika is ruled by sun and in the Rashi of Taurus. Therefore, Kritika native will be a proud, egoistic, hardworking native. Okay, is what I would consider. Now, if
Repeat it.
I'm
Ma'am,
sorry.
could you repeat that again? It would be without
Okay. Okay, all right. I'll do it from Ashwini. Ashwini, if Ashwini is the moon's possession, if moon is placed in Ashwini, the native has an intuition.
Okay.
It has an intuition. It can be about anything. He has an intuition and he is quick to become angry or short tempered, whichever way you want to think about it. Now, this is only the placement of the moon, which just gives us a bare idea. It is not really necessary. Okay, if this nakshatra, moon is placed in this nakshatra and some other planet aspects it, the entire ball game will change. But
Okay.
on the large, Ashwini nakshatras have an intuition. Ashwini nakshatras are quick to become temperamental or they are temperamental or you can say they disconnect themselves from the world. These why Ketu is considered the moksha karaka, but today's world there is nothing called moksha, so we can say disconnect from the world or not having the need to accumulate worldly wealth could be Ketu's idea. Bharani. If the moon is placed in Bharani, the native has a strong desire of material wants. Native has a strong desire to have material wants. If Kritika and Mars is associated, if moon is sitting in Kritika and Mars, then we say the native has a strong ability to command or get attention.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you have, okay, fine. If you have Kritika in Taurus, you have a great desire. Okay. If Rohini is your moon Rashi, you have the ability to convince everybody that you are right. Because moon is on the moon and here moon gets exalted. Correct? Now, if Kritika was if moon was in Mrigashisha Nakshatra, now this is a combination of Mars and Venus. The native might have what you call a desire for emotional wealth, or they will lack, they will not get the emotional wealth they want. Okay? Like you say, you have emotional wealth and material wealth are two different things. Emotional wealth is everything to do with relationship and nothing to do with money or buildings or properties or whatever. Kritika, Mrigashisha. Mrigashisha with the Gemini. What is the difference between Mrigashisha in Gemini and Mrigashisha in Taurus? The Mrigashisha in Taurus is ruled by Mars-Venus combination, and emotional wealth is what she looks at or he looks at. Or you can call them clingy people. They cling to others. Whereas Mrigashisha in Gemini, a Mars combination in Gemini, the thought process, I don't know how to tell it in English, udape madi bidtare. I mean, they just push everything away, or they have an attitude to disregard everything under the sun. Disregard. जाने दो यार, देखा जाएगा. जाने दो, देखा जाएगा is a dialogue of Mrigashisha in Gemini. Here you have to understand, Mars is an enemy of Gemini. Okay? Mars is an enemy of Gemini. I'm doing a class, I'll call you back. Mars is an enemy of Gemini. Therefore, the moon posted in Mrigashisha Gemini has not been able to get a hold, and therefore they kind of get lost here. I don't care attitude. Now, Aridra in Gemini, it is madman getting fired. You know, you are firing the, what you call it, the person is already jumping like a monkey on hot brakes, and we are adding flame to it. Because Aridra ruled by Rahu. Rahu is an very unpredictable person. Okay? Gemini is an airy Rashi. And therefore, the air is going on tickling the Aridra. Tickling the Aridra, kind of a thought process. Now, Punarvasu and Jupiter in Mercury Rashi. One thought process is when the Chandra is placed in Punarvasu, the native is extraordinarily intelligent. Unbeatable intelligence is what you will get if Chandra is placed in Punarvasu Gemini. Because this combination is a combination of knowledge and intelligence. Gemini, knowledge. Gemini is communication, knowledge. Mercury is the knowledge and intelligence, a childlike knowledge and great intelligence. Okay. Now, the same Punarvasu in Cancer is not very well appreciated. Okay, the same Punarvasu in Cancer is not very well appreciated, even though Jupiter exalts in Punarvasu 5 degrees. Jupiter exalts in Punarvasu 5 degrees. You don't have to copy it. I'll definitely send this. Punarvasu exalts at 5 degrees in Cancer. Jupiter exalts at 5 degrees in Punarvasu. Yet, we have found that Jupiterian Cancer gives us a thinking that, what do you call it? I know everything. He doesn't want to listen to, you don't want to listen to the others. You already have made a decision. You have already made a decision Punarvasu moon combination. Because it's a Jupiter moon combination. So Jupiter is knowledge, moon is my mind. So my mind tells me that I have too much knowledge. Okay, I know. Pushya, Saturn and Jupiter. Here in Pushya Nakshatra is probably one of those hard-working nakshatras. Okay, one of those hard-working nakshatras where the mind is always feeling that it has got something lacking. Okay, Ashlesha and Mercury. Ashlesha and Mercury. Moon Mercury combination. Moon is an enemy. Moon doesn't consider Mercury as an enemy, but Mercury considers Moon as an enemy. Therefore, the Ashlesha Nakshatra feels dejected. The Nakshatra feels dejected, and the person feels, I have not been able to reach that knowledge point, the intelligence point. Okay, now let us focus on Maka. Again, now we had an Ashwini Ketu. Now we are going to a Maka Ketu. Ashwini was associated with Mars Ketu. Here it is a Sun Ketu. Now, should there be similarity or should there be a difference? There is a vast difference between an Ashwini Ketu and a Maka Ketu. A Magha is ruled by the sun. Moon in Maka, we say, becomes a wanderer. He becomes a wanderer. What does that mean? It means that the nativity does not want to have responsibility. So most Maka people, I have observed, they shy away from responsibility. Be it marriage, be it children, be it marriage, be it children, be it workforce, anything they want to shield away from the responsibilities. Now, this is a primary analysis. Okay, all these analysis change with the other planetary influence. Now we are only taking the natal moon and placing them in each nakshatra, right? Now this thought process can completely change with the aspects and the houses. Okay, right? Now in Pubba, this is a Venus-Sun combination. In Bharani, we had the Venus-Mars combination. Bharani is Venus-Mars. Therefore, Yoni desires bearer children are the thought process. Pubha and Venus. The Venus and Sun. Again, an attitude of irresponsibility would be the parameter of Venus and Sun. See, the other thought process is that any planet that gets posted in Leo, any planet that gets posted in Leo gets burnt other than Sun and Jupiter. Okay? Any planet posted in Leo gets burnt other than Sun and Jupiter. See, now you may see I've given you too much information, you might feel, but don't worry, our mind is a big computer, it will absorb it and it will reproduce it when it wants it. Okay, so that's one thing I have also observed. So what happens when Venus and Sun are associated? Ego is clashed with desire. Ego, Pubha, ego is clashed with desire. Sun is the ego, Venus is the desire. So there is a clash between desire. I beg your pardon? Please mute your phones.
Oh my mother.
Please mute your phones. Please mute your phones.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Now, coming to Venus and Uttara, sun. So this star,
Wow.
if your moon is placed in Uttara, the who's mu- who
Please
is
mute phone. Please mute phone.
please mute your phones. Uttara, sun and Uttara. Now, moon placed in Uttara nakshatra. The queen has come to the king's house. The queen is come to the queen's house. Or rather, the queen has come to the king's house. Okay. The native's mind or native thought process is becoming very rich. The thought, I can hear some noises. My train of thought loses. So here, Uttara makes the native rich. The mind becomes rich. The mind becomes enlightened. We have had a lot of saints, philosophers, preachers in Uttara nakshatra, sun, moon in Uttara. That is moon associated with sun, enlightenment. Whereas Uttara in Hasta, Uttara in Virgo, Uttara in Virgo. What happens to this Uttara in Virgo? They become very society conscious. This Uttara, who is the sun or who is the light, becomes very social conscious or very conservative or very hypocrisy, conservative could be the answer to an Uttara nakshatra in Virgo Rashi. Hasta nakshatra in Virgo. Hasta is the moon nakshatra. See, the Rohini moon in the Earthy sign and the Hasta moon in the Earthy sign. The difference